Hi, I'm Clammy, and in this episode of RadK, I'm gonna be reacting to the debut song of the new Kpop girl group, Lightsum. And at this point, I think this pretty much seals the fate of COC. I wouldn't be surprised if Kpop ends up either disbanding them or at this point kind of just putting them in the dungeon slash putting them on the shelf, because if G-Idol is being successful, if Lightsum ends up being successful, why would they keep trying to push COC, who have been growing actually in the last few years but haven't really hit mainstream success like G-Idol have? But anyway, I don't want to put this group against COC or anything like that, although it's hard not to, because from what I've seen from the pictures and the concept of this group, it's basically kinda what they were trying to do with COC, but hopefully they're gonna handle it better. I don't know. But yeah, there's definitely certain similarities between the groups, but I can't really know for sure without listening to the actual songs. So without further ado, let's get into Lightsum's Vanilla in 3, 2, 1. It's definitely a fitting name for a song for this group because they do feel very vanilla to me. But again, I don't want to prejudge them or anything. I like the production values from the music video. It's not surprising how expensive it's looking, because it's a debut music video, and even for new groups, debut music videos tend to be pretty expensive. But still, I like it, and I like how colorful it is. Okay, that kinda came out of nowhere. I was gonna say something, but now I don't really think it's that relevant. Okay, so what I was going to say earlier when I got intercepted was that I'm not really seeing anything that unique about this group. Like, nothing against the group and the members or anything, but I feel like as a K-pop group you have to have something that makes you stand out from the rest. So far, there wasn't anything that really made them stand out from any of the other groups. Like, this kind of song could easily have been a song by Weki Meki, honestly. But then came the kind of like a dance breakdown part, which definitely surprised me because you wouldn't expect that kind of breakdown in a cutesy song like this. I mean, the Catching Hook is definitely gonna be a grower. That's vanilla, vanilla, vanilla. Definitely, I can definitely see it growing on me. Same for the instrumental bit here. I can definitely see this song becoming a virus that infects me and makes me love it, but overall, I can't say I'm really too impressed. I mean, it ultimately just means that this group and this song is not for me because I'm not really the biggest fan of the cutesy stuff. I can still enjoy them, and occasionally there's a really cool song that breaks any barrier and it manages to latch onto me, so I end up liking it. But for the most part, cutesy songs like this are not what I go to listen to, you know? And again, I don't really feel there's much that makes this specific group stand out from any of the other cutesy stuff, which makes me a little worried because it does make it feel like Kpop is making the exact same mistake that they did with COC by trying to do them with a cutesy concept, which didn't work out because other cutesy groups debuted, so it didn't work out. And I don't want that to happen to another group under this company, you know? But yeah, again, it's not like this song is bad or anything. I think most people are gonna enjoy it, and judging by the view amount, which is like 40 million views, people have been enjoying it, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just not for me, but still, we have to give it a second listen, so you never know, maybe I'm gonna be even gonna fall in love with it by the second listen. And that is very much possible because bits of this song are definitely already becoming a little infectious to me. But I can safely say that this group is probably not gonna become my favorite or anything. I'm still more of a COC and G-Idol fan. Like, I'm still gonna give them a few more comebacks to see whether they're gonna solidify their style in this or whether they're gonna be more versatile and trying different things. Like, I need a few more releases to really solidify their identity in my head, so at that point I will be able to tell whether I'm gonna be a fan of this group or not. But right now, not really too impressed, but there are aspects that I like, I guess. It's just ultimately I feel like they don't really justify their existence in a way. And maybe some of you might think that's harsh, like, I'm sorry, that's just how I feel about it. Ultimately, what I try to do on this channel is share my honest thoughts about stuff. So I feel like, again, with this group, I feel like with the song, there's no reason why this song couldn't have been done by any other group. I can definitely see this song being done by Wacky Meki, by Rocket Punch. Yeah, I can definitely see this song becoming a little bit of a guilty pleasure. I don't really like their outfits though. Okay, it is definitely starting to grow on me, especially this breakdown part. I really like that. Like, that cutesy concept with little bit of a girl crush, I can definitely get behind that. But again, I feel like this is still kind of what Wacky Meki, to a lesser extent, but Red Rocket Punch kind of do. I feel like that's kind of the concept that these groups do. So again, it's not necessarily anything new, I feel like. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh. Comment down below if I'm being a little too harsh. Okay, I really like the dance break part. It's so good. The rating for this song definitely has risen at this point. Okay, I'm really kind of falling in love with this song. It's bringing me back to the days when I first started to be a K-pop fan. It's giving me a certain feel that I haven't felt ever since listening to A-Pink's No No No. And I kind of love that. Okay, so this actually ultimately ended up being pretty decent. I did not expect to be actually won over by this song after the second listen, but I feel like I kind of have been. I mean, I don't want to get the horse, the carriage ahead of the horse or anything like that, but yeah, I feel like I kind of am starting to like it. It's still not my favorite song or anything, but it's definitely growing on me a lot. And I feel like I will be listening to it a decent amount at least. Because it's so crazily catchy, goddamn. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. It's infected me already. Help! But yeah, I don't know. In terms of a rating, I think I'm gonna give this one a 9.2 out of 10. I think that's a solid rating for this song. Because it's really catchy. I think that might be, I guess, the identity of this group. That might be the one thing that kind of sets them apart from other groups, I feel. Although, again, you can say that groups like Wacky Meki have really infectious songs, so I don't know. But I really like how addictive this song is to listen to. I think it's gonna be a guilty pleasure of mine. And I think 9.2 out of 10 serves it really well. It's not mind-blowingly good, at least for me. I feel like for somebody who is more into these cutesy kind of concepts, I feel like it might be mind-blowingly good, but for me, it's not quite there. I feel like even if it is, I still can't give it a 10 out of 10 because I'm not genuinely in love with this song, you know? But yeah, I think 9.2 is a solid rating, and I hope you agree with that. I hope you're satisfied with that. And assuming that this is coming with an album or B-sides in general, if you want me to check them out, make sure to comment it down below so I know there is a demand for it. Or if you want me to definitely react to it, go over to my Patreon and pledge your support at the specific tier that I've recently actually made for you K-pop fans, where if you subscribe to that tier, you get the ability to demand a reaction to something with me having to do it instantly, not as I do with like request in the comments, where it usually depends on whether I personally have an interest in doing so, because I have gotten requests, I get requests to do certain songs all the time, and I most of the time still do them. But if you want to be sure about me reacting to something, I'd recommend you to go over to my Patreon, because there you will get your reaction. Not the second, but the same day, or at least on the day that I'm supposed to be releasing K-pop reactions, you will get the reaction you requested. But yeah, before we end this video though, I also want to quickly give a huge thanks to my first ever Patreon on Patreon, Omari Bridgman. And again, as I said earlier, if you want to join that person over on Patreon, you can do that by going over there and subscribing to the specific tier for that I've made for K-pop fans who want to see certain reactions that I have not reacted to yet and you want me to do it as soon as possible. I already explained it. Or if you want to just generally support me, there's a tier for that as well. Maybe you also find some interest in the other tiers. I don't know, just check it out. But before we end this video, I just want to quickly explain to you something that you might be wondering about, like, why am I dressed the way I am? Why do I look the way I do? And if you've been subscribed to my channel for a long time, you would know the answer already, because back when I started my YouTube channel, I had super long hair and I was dressing femininely in every single video. But for those of you who don't know, which I assume it's most of you, I'm actually transgender. I think I'm more of a non-binary rather than a male to female, because there are quite a few times where I don't really feel like dressing femininely and looking feminine and looking like a girl, and I just want to look like a normal guy. But I feel like in a lot of the time I do want to look feminine. So for the sake of simplicity, I decided to just settle on non-binary, although I definitely really want to be much more feminine than I am right now, like almost like androgynous. But due to my current situation, I'm unable to transition because I still live with my parents. I tried to transition secretly while still living with my parents, but they started noticing that I was looking more feminine and that I obviously had my long hair back then, and they were pressuring me to cut it all the time. And even when I was growing it out, they were constantly pressuring me to not grow it out, and now they are pressuring me to not grow it out again. I'm really unable to transition, and there's no really way out of this situation for me because I can't get a job. I've tried to, but I just can't seem to get any job. And even if I was able to get a job, I wouldn't really be able to transition in my country where I live while working that job, because people here are completely bigoted and they will harass me, they will bully me, and they probably the employers will probably never even hire me if I actually decided to completely transition. So the only way for me to actually be who I am, who I truly am, is if I actually start being successful with YouTube and start making money off of YouTube, because I don't really have to care about what anybody thinks of me, and I can just be who I want to be and dress however I want and all those stuff. So with all this information and me telling you that I don't want to guilt trip you into helping me out, I don't want to make you feel bad about my situation and wanting to manipulate you into helping me out or boosting the subscribers on my channel or anything like that, I ask you if you're able to help me out by donating to my Patreon or donating to my PayPal, which is for that you will have to get in touch with me in the comments down below to set it up properly, because I haven't really done that, because I assume nobody's really gonna want to do that. But if you're able to do that, I would really appreciate it. But again, this is literally the only way for me out. This is the only way out. So yeah, it's completely up to you. If you can't help me out monetarily, then at the very least I think it would be great if you could help out in other ways, like I said earlier, liking the channel, liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and all those other stuff. But yeah, I'm not trying to guilt trip you, I'm just explaining to you my situation and hoping that you can help me out. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you enjoy my stories or you simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to Patreon where you can pledge support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!